Go live. I think we are live. Let me check my audio real quick. So I always got to check that because at one time, remember on our live streams, we had that really bad echo. There's like I'm not sure if it's set up for a 30-second delay or 20-second delay. So there's a little bit of a delay, but hey, that's all good. All right, yep, we are on. Audio sounds good. So for those of you that are new to the channel or just joining us, or catching this video for the first time, this is my Wednesday morning live streams, 9 o'clock. I like to work on a project, say hi to you guys, we chat a little bit. It's kind of a fun time to connect with you guys. The suspense is killing me. What shouldn't I neglect? Today, we're working on some fluids. Title was, I don't want to destroy my Jeep, fluid maintenance. So on my project 92YJ here, there's a few things. Grab your cup of joe. Let's get things ready. I had done a lot of different projects on this Jeep, obviously, but some of the fluids are really low. The transmission, manual transmission, differentials. I got to double check the differentials real quick because I think they're low. Honestly, I need to do fluid changes on all those, but we're not doing that today. We're not doing complete fluid changes. But let's check out our, let me hop over to my fancy little split screen. Boom, look at that. Let's hop over to our transmission here. I'm gonna pop a light on here real quick. Hopefully that's enough. What does that look like on the camera? That's pretty good. So let's break open the manual transmission here because taking, I had the transfer case off of this at one point and lost a little bit of fluid. The transmission, trying to think if I lost fluid out of the transmission. I want to say the transmission was low. Boy, look at that new slave cylinder, master cylinder. Look at all that grease on that. I don't think you guys can see that though. Let me move you a little bit. If I can bring you down even farther. There you go. Trying to see. Yeah, that's like way up there. Where are we at? Yeah, the axles or the drive shaft's in the way there. Oh, there it is. You can see the slave cylinder up there, master cylinder. See the red grease on there? That's from priming it. I was getting a little bit of leakage when I was priming it. But anyways, today, let me go get my drain pan. And nah, we're gonna just put cardboard down there, that'll do it. Cardboard will suffice, but I want to, yeah, we're gonna try 1/2 inch on this because they are my larger sockets. I need some better 1/2 inch sockets. I don't know if you guys remember. Yeah, what were we working on? We were working on the leaf springs. Oh, I think my chat here has died again. Dumb tablet. I think we were working on leaf springs and I was using my 19 millimeter? No. Yeah, 19 is warped. One of them I cracked though. I was pushing on it and crack. Yep. That's what happens when you push on it too hard. Other thing I like to do, but I have shocks, tie rods coming in this way. Oh, I have that text on. You guys want me to turn that, I should probably turn that chat off. Yeah, that's when we were kind of messing around with it last week. Let's see, where's the chat box? There we go. Chat box is off. So that shouldn't be up there anymore. Hey, JeepSoliders. So we got Mike, Jake, Sean, Frank. Good morning, everybody. Bill's here. So let's break this loose real quick. I think I got a split screen going on. Yeah. Let's just see how low this is. So this the 92YJ is actually running great. So I'm super excited about that. I want to be able to take it and drive it around, but I know I'm low on fluids. What size is this? 15/16? No, is it 1 inch? Nope, 15/16 fits pretty good. It shouldn't be that tight. See if I can just break it loose with one. So if you guys aren't familiar with the AX15, this is our fill hole. Drain hole's right down here. I'm not going to be draining that. We're not doing a fluid change. We're just topping it off. Oh, that's why I wear gloves, so I don't break my knuckles. Yeah, that did it. Ouch, I did kind of beat my hand against it. And just because this is such a messy job. I like to use cardboard. Love to use some cardboard on this because it's the magic fluid catcher. Take our fill plug out here, and we should not have any fluid spilling out because I think I am quite low. We're going to put a quart in there after we get some gloves on because this is a messy job. Well, maybe not for you guys, but I always make a mess out of this. Where's my chat? There we go. It's kind of fun to be able to switch back and forth between the chat. I don't know if you guys can't really see that up here, can you? Well, let's see. I like the chat on the screen, then I can go full screen. Okay, what's up, Dale? Scott's here. Watched a lot of your videos, very helpful. Awesome, thank you. I'm glad they helped you out. So, Bill likes the chat on the screen. How about everybody else? Turn the chat on. It's easy. It's just a click of a button. As we're getting this new fancy live stream system figured out. I'll go back and I'll turn it on. Wait, did somebody say, how do you know you're low on fluid? Well, I know I'm low on fluid. Hang on, one thing at a time here. Where was it? Chat box. All right, chat box is turned back on. Boom. I know I was low on fluid because, honestly, because of quite a while ago, I just checked it. I just popped off the fill plugs on these, and you stick your finger in, like on some of them, like the differential, like my finger, I could barely touch any fluid. And from the fill hole on your AX15 or your differentials, the Dana 30, Dana 35, the fill hole, you fill it up until it's level with that. So, but then also I knew I was low because of doing some projects like axle seals, that kind of stuff. You lose a little bit of fluid. So when you're doing projects like that, I knew I was losing a little bit of fluid. The other way you know is like if you see leaks going on, if you see transmission fluid or axle seal leaks, that kind of stuff, differential fluid, as time's going on, you can just kind of assume that, yeah, you're going to be low. If you see those leaks, you should probably just repair them, fix them up. Let's see, how do you know? No what? No on the chat? How often do you recommend draining the AX15? I love these vids. They save me all the time, and always seem to be just what I need at the right time. Marcos, that's awesome. Glad they're helping you out. Jake, doing the fluid on the AX15, how often? I'm actually going to be using Redline. So Redline did give me this fluid. Redline's a sponsor of the channel, so I have to disclose when I get free products. It's a like FCC requirement, which, hey, I'm only actually going to be promoting and using things that I would actually use. And honestly, I used Redline before they started sponsoring me. That's actually how they became a sponsor, is I was using their stuff because they make really good products. So I was using Redline fluids. They saw some of my videos. They're like, hey, we'd like to help sponsor you. And I'm like, awesome. I love your product, so sure. If it was some brand I didn't like, I wouldn't use their products. But Redline's really good. I highly recommend them. Their fluid, I'll link their fluids in the description below. On the AX15, I'm trying to think of what the interval is. Was it 30,000 miles? Do I have it open over here? If you look at the manual, it says use on the AX15. Oh, this is on the Haynes manual. It says on the AX15 use a SAE 7590 weight GL5, but it's pretty common knowledge. If you search any of the forums, do any research on it, you don't want to be using a GL5 on the AX15 because it'll chew up the brass synchronizers. So that's why we're using this MT90. Redline MT90 works really well. It's a GL4. Does it say how often? Manual transmission. Yeah, it says in here somewhere. Recommended fluid types. Honestly, I'd have to look back at my video. I cover it because I looked it up, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe one of you guys can say in the chat. But honestly, there is a recommendation of every so many miles or so many months. Was it like 30,000 miles in every 3 months or every 6 months? But honestly, on these old Wranglers, I don't do it that much. And that's one reason why I use the Redline, is because honestly, I do it I change it once a year maybe, which is not probably enough. But for the amount I'm driving this, it actually probably is okay because oils will last about a year. So I do it about once a year, and that's why I want to use a good quality oil so that it lasts. If you use a cheap oil, it'll break down quicker. The Redline synthetic, it holds up a lot better. In the AX15, some guys will actually use just regular conventional motor oil, like a 30 weight motor oil, 10W30. Some people are doing that, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's, well, there is something wrong with that. It breaks down a lot quicker. It's not designed for the high pressures that you get in a transmission. So motor oil isn't designed to be used in a transmission because transmissions have higher pressures. So the MT90 just holds up a lot better. If you're using just a conventional motor oil, as some people do, you just have to change it a lot more frequently. So because I already don't do this enough, I would rather use a better quality oil and do it less often than using a cheap oil and doing it all the time. So there you go, a lot of yakking. Let's get back to it. Boy, this tablet just froze up again. I think we're still going. I need a new tablet. It's just, yeah, we're still live. Okay. Where's my pumper? And let's fill this up with our MT90. Boy, that tablet's terrible. It's still struggling. And yeah, this is always messy for me. Maybe you guys are better at this. One thing I need to do, I have a drain hose and fill hose here. I need to shorten this up because they're too long, honestly. So just a simple little fluid pump. One side in, one side out. But I've got these big old hoses, which is what it came with. And every time I'm always like, I need to shorten these. Because that's just too long. I'm always afraid I'm going to shorten it too much and be like, oh, why did I cut that? It's too short. And now filling the AX15, we're going to fill it until it starts dripping out that drain hole. Out, so in. I need to get some more MT90 from Redline. Because we got, what, 4 other Jeeps we're maintaining. Lots of stuff to do. Okay, now probably need to invest in a new pump. This pump I've had for years. And it's starting to show its age. Ah, get in there. Trying to do this without tipping the bottle over, without making a mess. But that's kind of inevitable. I always end up making messes out of this. I think it's going to take this whole quart. We'll see. I should really get some paper towels down here because we're going to start. It's going to start dripping and I'm going to be like, ah. But yeah, this will be really good. So my 92 YJ here, we did leaf springs. I was driving it around the other day. It was actually running really good. The suspension feels good. Yeah, see, we're about a quart low. Is that all? Trying to get every bit of oil out of this. But yeah, the YJ is running really nice. So I just want to top off these fluid. Oh wait, we're leaking out. So we must be full. I need to grab a towel. Ugh! Paper towel. Oh, here's one. Trying to get this out without making a mess. And we're going to save some of this fluid. Get this out of the way because I'll end up knocking the bottle over. Ugh. Ugh. So I think I've got the chat back on the screen, right? You guys like that? Who was it, Bill? Somebody said, yes, I like the chat. If you don't like the chat, let me know. It's up to you guys, because I'm not, doesn't bother me either way. I'm just taking this outside where I can continue to make a mess. Good grief. Oil dripping all over the place. Trying to pump the residual out of here. Of course, it's just making a mess. All right. That's good. We still got a little bit left over. All right, paper towel. I know I've got some in here. Hey, hello all. James is here. Good morning. In Russia, Wrangler Club people use motor oil 1040 in the AX5 and AX15. Result is good. Yes. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Some people use conventional oil in their transmission, and it'll work. You just have to be careful about changing it more often because it's not designed for the high pressures in a transmission, so it breaks down quicker. And that's according to some research done by I think I read it on Redline's website. So I'm sure some people will say, well, yeah, of course they're going to say that, blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, they're not trying to deceive people. All right. Redline, MT90. Good stuff. Let's get that fill plug filled back up. Let's see, does anybody else say anything about the chat? Do you use any additives in your oil on the YJ? Can't seem to find consistent answers. No, I don't use any additives, just standard oil, nothing fancy. When it comes to repair guidebooks, which do you recommend? Wow, splat. I thought you had said 30,000 or 2 years. No, it wouldn't, 2 years? Did I say 2 years? I'd have to go back and look, but I thought the oil only lasted a year. Like most oils, like their lifespan's a year. What book do I recommend? Guidebook. I'd really like the Haynes manual. This is a good one. Chilton is okay. It's not my favorite. I prefer Haynes over the Chilton. But honestly, I have both. If I only had one, I would pick the Haynes though. Because sometimes you'll find some information in one, some conflicting information in the other. So yeah, Haynes manual and then research online a lot. Let's see. Let me watch video on full screen. Can see what Dale is doing better. Bill, when are you going to get a ZJ? I had a ZJ a while ago. Dropping gas tank off today for a 20-gallon upgrade. Oh, dropping gas tank. You're doing the fill hose. Okie dokie. You're trimming the fill hose. That's a good upgrade. All right, let's get back to it. Let's tighten this back up. And we actually did this pretty well without making a huge mess. Good job, Dale. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate it. No problem. That looks good. Yeah, sometimes I've filled these up until they're just, like overfilled them, until the fluid is just pouring out, and then you're trying to get the plug in real quick. Ah! It's all good though. Yeah, I forget what the torque spec is on this, like 25 foot-pounds or something. Not much. I do it till it's snug. Right there. Perfect. Don't want to over-tighten it. Aluminum, you can strip it out pretty easy. Cool. AX15 is good for a while. I will need to do a fluid change on it eventually. But let's check the differential here. Front differential. Bring some of our stuff around. Ugh. Here, let's go full screen. Boom! Look at that. My pad, because that makes it so much nicer. Cardboard, because I'm sloppy and I'm going to spill. This differential, so yeah, I did axle seal. What, the driver's side axle seal? Didn't I do that? Or no, it was passenger side. Let's see, we'll try to get some light down there. It's all about the viewer experience. Right? Let's hop back over to the chat because the dumb tablet's not working, so I can't see the chat. Let's see, how much is a ZJ? Oh, depends on how nice a vehicle you want. The ZJ, I bought a ZJ with my friend Jason, and I think we paid, was it $400 for it? But it was broken down. It had, well, the transfer case on it was shot. So we had to do a transfer case rebuild. And because the transfer case was shot, it had destroyed one of the drive shafts. We had to get a new drive shaft. So it needed some work, but we got a ZJ for 400 bucks. A good running drivable ZJ? I don't know, a couple $1,000, $2,000. I like the chat upgrade, easier to read it all. Okay. I always seek out factory service manuals. Yeah. I really need one because I do so much work, obviously, on the YJs. I need a factory service manual. But yeah, if anybody, so I do have the chat up on the screen, right? If anybody doesn't like that, let me know. I can't see it on my tablet because it's just dumb. I assume the chat's up. How much you got? There we go. Just checking the chat here. This is part of being live. I seek out factory service manual at Fast Breaker. How much is each? How much you got? That's how much they are. How much you got? So is the live chat coming up on the screen again? I think I turned it back on. But we'll see. There's no chat right now. Let's move this camera. My far camera. Let me switch over to here. Ooh, I got a sneeze coming. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, there's a leaf spring. There's a differential. Dale, you in Grants Pass or near there? Yes, very near there. Southern Oregon, Medford area. Those are all old super chat. Are those? So yeah. Looks like the chat is coming up. That's cool. All right, let's take a look at this. Take a look at the differential real quick. So the trouble is when I look at your guys' view, it's delayed. When I look at my view, but then chat's on there. It'd almost be nice. I think I can get rid of the delay. So there's like a 30-second delay or something. I think that's just 3/8, isn't it? Oh, isn't that little plug just 3/8? So I think if I use my fancy dancy guy and a little extension, I think it'll reach it just fine. Doesn't the 3/8 fit in there? Oh, this is too long. Yep, fits in there pretty good. That was almost too tight. Almost too tight. And so yeah, after doing, how I know this is low, after doing fluid changes or axle seal, like yeah, stick my finger in there. Yeah, it's a little low. I just want to top it out because I don't want to beat up my differential, right? I don't want to run it without enough fluid or low on fluid and end up wrecking it. So the differential, it takes a 75, 90 weight oil. Let me verify real quick, because I don't want to trust my memory. Let's see. Where are we at? Differential, normal operation, 7590 GL5. And yeah, the GL5 on it is just fine. I think I've got some 7590 right up here. Yep. We're gonna just top this guy off real quick. I wonder if I can get a funnel in there. Probably have to use my little pumper. It's one thing that's a pain is none of these fill holes are very easy to get to. You know, if I had a little hose, I could just fill it right into there. A little funnel right to there. Let's see if I have, because I have a funnel. Hey Dale, what's your favorite all-terrain tire for gravel, sand, and snow? You know, I don't know, just whatever's a great price. Honestly, I don't have a strong recommendation on a certain tire. Obviously, you kind of get what you pay for with different brands. You know, any of the commonly known brands, you know, that have a good reputation. I have no issue with, there's not one of the well-known brands that I'm like, stay away from such and such. You know, if you get some weird off-brand that you've never heard of, that's where I start to get skeptical. So, hey, you guys can almost see me, huh? We've got a fancy dancy little funnel here with a little tube on it. Just gonna shoot a little bit of brake cleaner down there and clean this out so I can put fluid in it. I got oil all over out here. I don't want to waste my brake cleaner on it though. It's all over the top of my trash can. My wife's gonna come out and put something in the garbage, get oil all over her hands. I'll be like, oh, gosh, I don't know. Checking in one more time while I wait for my doctor appointment to start. Who is that? Who's going to the doctor? How's your daughter liking her Jeep? Oh, she loves it. I just kicked the camera, didn't I? We actually have another video. We're just doing some work on the XJ. Doing some repairs on it, and we did a repair that turned out just sweet. We're really happy about it. Okay. Yeah, there's my back. I did kick the camera. So that's why I don't like, I need to be on this so I can really see what you guys are seeing. Let's back you up. Let's back you up and lift you up. You can see what I'm seeing. There we go. Well, my arm's gonna be right in the way, but oh well. Okay. I think with the funnel and this tube, just like that, I can just pour this red line right in. You know what, if I come above the track bar, Might actually just hold the filter in place. Or funnel. It's a funnel, not a filter. There we go. Ow. Bang my hand on the fender. There we go. Look at that. Fancy. Now we can start pouring fluid and make a mess, because that's what we do. So yeah, tires, yeah, it depends what's on sale. Well, most tire companies do a really good job nowadays. All the common brands. Ah. It's hard having a camera right there. So doing it this way, I just got to go slow, because once it's full, anything left in the funnel, it's going to just be running out. So I'm going to do this one slow as I watch for drainage. Not that I'm worried about overfilling it, it's just I know as soon as it hits the top, it's going to just start bubbling out. So I'm going to put a couple, where's my other towel? Stepping over cameras, that's funny. Put a couple towels down here to soak up. This is another way for checking for axle seal leaks too. Fill up your differential. Ooh. Fill up your differential. If you start leaking, yep, you got an axle seal leak. And I'm saying that from experience. My other YJ, I didn't want to do the axle seal for quite a while. Was adding fluid. Like, yeah, I'll change it once it starts. Once the leak is bad enough that it's dripping on the tire. And yeah, finally I did get to it and change it, but I had a little bit of oil just on the C-arm. It's like, yeah, it's leaking a little bit, but I can deal with that. Like this one, I'm going to have to do the driver's side. The passenger side is great. It's dry. There's no oil on it. Driver's side, I got a little bit of a leak going on. It's kind of notorious for these. The age of them. A lot of people have leaks. Oh. Are we leaking out yet? Not yet. 7590 GL5. I need to actually go check the rear differential as well. That'll be a little harder to get the camera back. Oh, yep, we're leaking out. Stop, stop. Okay, now this is where it's going to be really messy again. I'm just going to pull the funnel out. Let me open the door. So I take it outside. Sorry, I got to move the camera. Ah. Okay. Yeah, that one is done and probably leaking out here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's leaking out good. Can you guys see that? We are full, which is good. There we go. And that's why I love cardboard. Saves your shop floor from being a mess. There we go. All right. Let's try and wipe some of this up. Get rid of these dirty rags. Oh. Oily rags. Here's one I keep for projects just like this. Here's a, can I clean this up a little bit? And the rear differential, Dana 35 has a little rubber plug on it. And then we also have transfer case. We're not going to do the transfer case right now, though, because honestly, I have to get some more oil for that one. Okay, let's try to, let's, ugh. Oh, that's just gross. Cardboard in this one's really dirty, but we're just going to move this cardboard back to the back. Let's go camera far. Camera far, boom. Now I can move things without making you guys sick. Let's take a look at the back differential real quick, because I'm sure it's low on fluid too. A rag, the rest of the cardboard. When I'm doing a big project, a clutch or something, I get some real big pieces of cardboard, just lay it under the whole thing. Yeah, this is, there we go. Okay, yeah, there's a rubber plug. Let's move a camera and a light. Stool's in the way. This rear differential won't take very long. Just move the camera. Back yonder. So you guys can see what I'm doing here. Tell you what though, this is a lot better than a phone. That's for sure. Let's grab the light. My pad. Am I gonna have a hard time filming this one? I'm not gonna be able to use the funnel on it, am I? Oh yeah, I need a light. I might buy that today. I need a light right on the camera. That would be super handy. Just a little battery operated LED light. That would be sweet. Let's see. Check the chat real quick. Rear is limited slip. No, mine is actually not. I just changed my front axle seals 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks later, the passenger started leaking. Yeah, I tightened the axle nut with a torque wrench, and it was loose. Do any of you think that will fix the leak? No, I don't think it will. I did that once. I ran into the same trouble with my passenger side. Replaced it, and then yeah, like a month later, it's leaking. I'm like, seriously? And it was I just didn't do a real good job with the axle seal, so I had to redo it. Redid it and it was fine. It was just the seal was not good. I had to reinstall it and do a better job. So yeah, unfortunately it was a pain. One good thing about doing the passenger side versus the driver's a bigger pain. Where's my coffee? You can do the passenger side with just taking the passenger side of the axle out, leaving the differential. You don't have to do anything, removing the carrier or any of that. When you do the driver's side, you have to remove the carrier. So the differential carrier, you got to remove that. So you got to take both axles out, both wheels off, yada yada. Doing the driver's side is just a bigger problem. Doing the passenger side, if you haven't seen my most recent video on doing that, I offer some tips, or maybe it's the video, I think I have a video of like 5 tips or something on doing the passenger side. And there's things like tipping the vehicle up so that all the differential fluid is kind of shifted to the driver's side so you don't lose fluid. Just little tips like that. It's a good video. I wish I had seen it before I did it my first time. Who was it, Mike? Somebody said limited slip. Yeah, this one doesn't have a limited slip rear, so I can use just the same oil, the 7590 GL5. I started putting self-adhesive plastic sheeting on the underside of cardboard to prevent bleed through. Works great. Yeah, that's a good idea. The axle shaft did go farther in, which I'm assuming is why it would leak in the first place. Thank you for answering. What's the farthest distance you have driven your Jeeps? Farthest distance. Gosh, probably just a few hours away, a couple hours away. They're not great long road trips. Vehicles. My JK, my newer JK, I do plan on eventually taking it down to, the desert, Central California, Nevada, like doing some road trips with it. These older YJs, not very far. They're not great long road trip vehicles. If I'm doing a long road trip for some reason, I'll take the people mover or a different vehicle. How do you swap the seal through without taking the carrier out? You can only do that. I'm dreading doing the job all over again. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, when you do a job like that and it's like, but the second time you do it, you'll be a lot better. It'll go a lot faster. The passenger side you can do without taking the differential, without taking the carrier out. The axle, because the axle is in 2 parts, you've got the shift housing down here on the passenger side, and that's where you replace the seal out. So you take that off, and you can just take that part of the axle out, leaving the intermediate axle that goes into the differential, leaving that in place. So just the passenger side of the axle comes out. And yeah, watch my video. I have a video where I go through it thoroughly, so check that out. It'll be super helpful for you. Let's go back to split screen. There we go. We're going to take a look at this rear differential and see how low it is. Oh, there's my rags. Gonna need these. Now, what do you guys see? You guys see gotta move the camera a little bit. One problem with these cameras is when it's on split screen, the camera, there we go, that'll work. The camera doesn't show like a full view. Oh, but this one's gonna be a pain because I can't use the funnel trick, so I'm gonna have to pump it. Using the funnel, it was so nice. No, can't do that on this one. So these little rubber plugs, this one I'll probably honestly end up just reusing it, but I bought a box of like, I don't know, 12 of them or something. And I'll probably change this one out when I do the full fluid change on it. Come on. Oh, I'm gonna have to grab pliers. Good grief. It's in there tight, which is good, I guess. Let me grab my pliers real quick. Where are they? Here we go. This is what I want. Let's check this one again real quick. Yeah, if I tear this or damage it, I'm gonna have to replace it right away. If you're doing a fluid change, new gasket, yeah, just go ahead and replace this, but because I'm just topping it off, I don't want to, I'm gonna end up tearing this, good Lord. So I wanted to save the plug change for the complete fluid change. But the way this is going, I'm going to end up destroying it. There we go. You know what? This might actually be okay. Yeah, we're leaking out good. I'm going to call that good. Leaking out right away, so it tells me it's full. I wonder if I did a fluid change on this recently, because it looks like I painted all that. I need to check my records. Oh, that was quick and easy. How about that? Because normally this would be all oily and super greasy, but it's all clean. I think I must have done this recently. And by recently, I mean in the last like 6 months. Because honestly, I don't really remember doing this one. But in my defense, I have 4 Jeeps I'm maintaining, so sometimes I forget which ones, what I did to which one. That's why I got to keep records of all this. Get these tools out of here. Well, that was a quick Dana 35 fluid check. Get this oily cardboard out of here. Sweet. That was easy. So the last is the transfer case, which I'm not going to get to right now because I need some fluid for it, which I don't think I have. No, sir. I do not. There we go. Check the chat real quick, see what you guys are up to. Turn off my light. So I need to get fluid. I don't want to get an LED light for my camera. That would be super handy. A couple things I need to invest in. Let's see. What's the best stroker kit for a cheap 4.0 you can get? Yeah, I have to do a little more research on that. I have a stroker build going on, which I put on pause because I was having trouble getting parts. Part of that was the whole, just because everything was shut down. But I have to get back on that, do a little more research on getting a stroker kit. I get a lot of parts from Engine Tech. They sponsor my channel. But they were having trouble getting some parts as well. Here's, you like my little napkin? Yeah, it was Easter. Let's see, 7 hours one way. 95 YJ, just get in the right lane and stay out of the way. Yep. Yeah, Jason and I joked about driving to Southern California, and we have a funny video going to VidCon where we act like we're taking the YJ without the top on, driving. Oh gosh, it'd be a 12-hour drive. It'd be a nightmare. What are the years of each of your 4 Jeeps? I have a 92 YJ, which is right here. I've got a 94 YJ, which is in the street. I have a 97 XJ. I have a 2012 JK. So the YJs were great. Love the YJs. I'll probably have a YJ for the rest of my life. This 92, I'm probably going to end up selling this one once I'm done fixing it up and done with the projects on it. I'll keep my 94, start doing some projects, bigger projects on it. My JK, I wanted a JK for years, but they're just so expensive, just ridiculously expensive. Had to save up for quite a while, wait for a good deal, and was able to finally do that. Yeah, I did bang my knuckle. Let's see. Do you keep a notebook of maintenance records on each Jeep? Yeah, when I do fluid changes and stuff, I write it down so that I know what fluid I used, how many miles were on the vehicle, and what date I did the fluid change. Other repairs though, like if I repair something, I don't actually necessarily write it down. I probably should, like, so that I can replace the thermostat. Like I don't necessarily track that because as long as the thermostat's good, it's good. Like I don't care when it was done. It's not like it's a part that wears out. Maybe that's why I don't. Time for a TJ. Yep. XJs are awesome for long distance traveling. Yeah. My daughter's XJ, it's a really nice Jeep. I'm excited to show you guys. I gotta get the video edited, but because we're literally working on it this week. But we got a fun video coming up of working on that. So I think I'm done with fluid changes here for today. I've got other stuff going on. So I'm gonna wrap this up right now, but I will see you guys on Friday, Friday's video. What is it gonna be? Oh yeah, I have a new exciting introduction of a new adventure, we'll call it. That'll be on Friday's video. Check that out, it's a fun one. I'm really excited about that. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Leave a comment down below if you have other questions or things you want to talk about. But I gotta end the chat here, so I will see you guys on Friday. Have a good day.